Looks like we've got some germination on those peas that we recently sowed. Quite a few coming up there. They're called Twinkle and they're the dwarf variety of pea. We've spent the last couple of months harvesting sugar snap peas. Mange too. But those plants don't last forever. And especially when it starts to get hot. Peas don't like it when it gets too hot. They just burn out really quickly and they'll stop flowering. And I think we've reached a point in that container garden where those peas have now stopped producing. But we've got fresh ones already on the way to replace them for the next couple of months again. I've also got a courgette plant down here as well, and it's now got a couple of courgettes growing on it. And you've probably all seen that video that we did where we harvested that trough for carrots, and we got loads and loads of carrots out of that. It was pretty amazing to see just how much you can get from a container. Just for curiosity's sake, I did cut the tops off those, give them a good clean, and then I weighed them. And there was £4, 10 ounce of carrots that came out of that container. We will be doing some more of those. I'll be re-sieving that compost that we took out, and then I'll put some fish blood and bone in it, and then top it up with fresh compost, and we'll get some more seed sown and do another 3 rows, or maybe 4 this time, because it's probably the last chance at year to sow carrots now. But if you sow some now, you'll probably end up getting an harvest by Christmas. So that's what we're going to do today, amongst other things. I'll just show you this courgette plant first, because we put it in and we've not looked at it since. And when we put it in, it was about that big. It's changed quite a lot since then. And this is that plant now. Massive leaves on it. It's really put some growth on. And if we zoom right in there, you can see we've got a couple of courgettes growing on there. And we've also got another one there on its way. But one thing I did notice about this plant was this. There's an hole in one of the stems. All stems on these plants are hollow. But it looks like something has chewed its way in. Not a deal we can do about that. But we have to be careful as well that we don't start filling that up with water. But the main thing is we've already got 3 fruits growing on that one plant. I also planted a Jack Be Little in one of the other greenhouses. That's those little miniature pumpkins that we do every year. And that plant was quite a good size as well when we put that in. And that was only about a week ago. Just have a quick look at how that plant's progressing as well. And we put that one in here. And now you can see it's quite the size to what it were. And we put that mesh at the back of it and said we'll let it grow up there until it reaches the top of this bench, and then we'll guide it across that bench. And it's just past the top of that bench now. But again, it's put on a lot the size. We're going to have to start and move it away from that tomato plant and all. I finally put a stick in that one. And I can see that we've got a little tomato there. Another nice little cherry tomato. So I'll keep this space clear and we'll get that plant moved across that way. We've got lots of buds coming at bottom as well. But one thing that was good to see was that's his first pumpkin growing. So this plant's already on its way. I'm back in this container garden. It looks like that courgette's worked as well, which is brilliant. It's not gone yellow and started to rot like the other ones did, and it's now a good size. And just on way back up garden, that cucumber plant's now put a lot of growth on. It's gone right to the top of those canes and starting to bush out and put on more flowers. And we've got another 2 cucumbers growing on this now. We've already took a couple off it, but they just keep coming and coming. Just got to keep the eye out. There's another one growing there. Another one just there. They're all over the place. But what I did notice in this greenhouse was these peppers. Once again, they're all starting to get peppers on them. And we're not bothered about the size that we get, as long as we get some. But I did notice this one this morning. If I can get down here, look in there. That's a nice sized pepper growing on there. I'm going to start and feed them more regular. I'll probably feed them once every 8 days now. Try and boost those nutrients to increase size of those fruits. It'd be nice to be able to get a pepper that size on nearly every plant. Even though we have got some plants that are also fruiting. They're not quite as big as that other one, but they're still a nice size for harvest if you wanted to. I'd like to see a bit of colour on some of these peppers this year, because then they're a lot sweeter. And I've got some more second early potato plants that aren't looking very good. This one has had a bit of a battering front wind, and once again the stem's been snapped, so that part of the plant's going to die off now. But all the rest of the leaves on this are starting to yellow. That part has completely died back, so I think that's going to be another potato reveal this week. That one's also starting to yellow. And we keep giving them feed and they get plenty of water, but I think they're just coming to a time where they're getting ready for harvest, which is usually around about mid-July. So we'll see what we get out of those, because the ones beside them, they're main crops and they look perfectly fine. But we have got a couple of Savoy cabbages that's now starting to roll up, and we need to keep his eye out for this. We don't really want those leaves touching that net, because there's quite a few cabbage white butterflies around now, and they'll lay their eggs through that net, and then that's going to get attacked by caterpillars. So I'll probably take that leaf off and keep it as central as I can. Got a few good sized onions in this bed now. They'll soon be ready for harvesting. And we've got loads in here as well. They're not as big as the other bed, but some of them are now starting to try and put some size on. But we definitely need to get this weeded. Everything's shot up over the weekend since we had all that rain. I think these onions in this container are going to be first to harvest though. They've been in longest. And we've got some really good sized ones in here. These tops are starting to get a bit loose now, so they're all going to start to fall over, and then we'll start taking those onions out of here, because there is quite a few to go at. We checked these pepper plants last week. They're all in that little trough, but now these peppers have started to put some more size on, and they're only very small plants. Got another one there, that's a good one, and one there as well. This container is probably going to be harvested this week as well. I'll just stock up on onions. And we've got more onions here. These are about ready, because these will push over. So it looks like we're going to have a nice supply of onions over the next week or so. And once again, while we're here, I spy another tomato. Right there. I'll take that off while I'm here. And we have pinned these up now, because wind's back again today. And we've got a couple of cucumbers that's ready for harvest now. We'll best think about doing something with those. We've got some more fruit growing on this raspberry plant. I've got a couple off this yesterday. Now we've got another one. And there's a couple more on there, it's just starting to turn. They'll probably be ready for tomorrow. We are starting to get quite a bit of fruit now. Every few days we're getting strawberries, raspberries and blackberries. We've took quite a nice harvest of gooseberries as well over the weekend, and we'll probably use that on cooking channel and maybe make a gooseberry fool or something like that. I'll look into that and decide what to do with them. And we've got a link to his cooking channel in the description. If you want to pop over and have a look at how we preserve excess amounts of food that we harvest all year, maybe hit subscribe while you're over there as well. We do as much as we can on that channel with the stuff that we get from this garden, so we don't waste any food that we grow. But we are getting quite a lot of fruit, and we freeze a lot of this fruit as well into bags, and then we take it out and use it in smoothies. And last year I think we ended up with about 8 bags full of fruit, and they were quite big ones, so well worth doing. But when you pick these off your plants, they're so easy to just get ready to eat. You just pull on this bit, the centre will come out, and then that is ready to freeze or eat straight away if you want. I've also finished drying out that garlic. Now all the tops have gone papery, and we've got some nice size little cloves of garlic in there, so we'll get them popped down to the fridge today as well. And I've also been tying these tomato plants up once again, because they're now really high. They're now getting above those canes. I'll show you those trusses again at the bottom. I'll move these leaves out of the way. We've got some really nice bunches of tomatoes growing on there. And because they're at that point now, these branches need taking off. So I'll just break those away, and then that is going to get a lot more light. One beside it will do the same, because it's just hiding a little tomato there. So now they'll get full sun all day and ripen a lot quicker. So as you can see, we've got quite a lot going on in garden for a Monday morning. We're taking little harvests of things already, and there's lots more to come. I think we've definitely got another potato harvest coming this week, because that plant looks about dead. So we might as well have a look and see what's in that container. The last potato refill we did, we got some potatoes out a second earlier that weren't a bad size. They weren't loads, but they're not huge containers. But we still took £2 of potatoes out of that over the weekend. We've harvested quite a few strawberries. We've got cucumbers ready to pick now, courgettes on the way, and there's plenty more to come. Apart from everything else that we're going to be doing today, we'll make sure we get some more seeds sown and replace things like those salads as we go over the next few months. But the first job is going to be that carrot container, and that's going to be a good start to the beginning of the week. If you want to see what else we're going to be doing as we go through this week, please hit that subscribe button, press that notifications bell, and I look forward to seeing you then. Take care.